Let's start. Okay. Welcome to session 6 of the Sundarakandam class. We'll start with the Dhyana shlokas. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Vagishadya Sumanasaha Sarvarthanam Yam Natva Kritakritya Syuhu Tam Namami Gajananam दोर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भिः स्फटिकमणिमयीमक्षमालां दधानां हस्तेनैकेन पद्मं सितमपि च शुकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषं गोष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायणमहामालां रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धो सलिलं सलीलं यशोकवह्निं जनकात्मजायाः आदाय तेनैव ददाह लङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम् आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीय विग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यः कर्णाञ्जलिसम्पुटैरहरः सम्यक् पिबत्यादरात् वाल्मीकेर्वदनारविन्दकरितं रामायणाख्यं मधु जन्मव्याधिजराविपत्तिमरणैरत्यन्तसोपद्रवं संसारं स विहाय गच्छति पुमान् विष्णोः पदं शाश्वतं तदुपगतसमाससन्धियोगं सममधुरोपनतार्थवाक्यबद्धं रघुवरचरितं मुनिप्रणीतं दशशिरसश्च वधं निशामयध्वम् वाल्मीकि सम्भूता रामसागरगामिनी पुनातु भुवनं पुण्या रामायण महानदी श्लोकसार समाकीर्णं सर्गकल्लोलसङ्कुलं काण्डग्राहमहामीनं वन्दे रामायणार्णवं वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम् अग्रे वाचयति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परम् व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं वामे भूमिसुता पुरश्च हनुमान् पश्चात् सुमित्रासुतः शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च पार्श्वदलयोः वाय्वादिकोणेषु च सुग्रीवश्च विभीषणश्च युवराट् तारासुतो जाम्बवान् मध्ये नीलसरोजकोमलरुचिं रामं भजे श्यामलम् नमोऽस्तु रामाय स लक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यः नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुत्कणेभ्यः. We start with the first shlokas. We will do it on a chant repeat format for 1 to 11. ततो रावणनीतायाः सीताया शत्रुकर्षणः ततो रावणनीतायाः सीताया शत्रुकर्षणः ईयेष पदमन्वेष्टुम् चारणाचरिते पथि. Please be on mute. दुष्करं निष्प्रतिद्वन्द्वं चिकीर्षन् कर्म वानरः समुदग्रशिरो ग्रीवो गवां पतिरिवा बभौ. दुष्करं निष्प्रतिद्वन्द्वं चिकीर्षन् कर्म वानरः समुदग्रशिरो ग्रीवो गवां पतिरिवा बभौ. अथ वैडूर्यवर्णेषु शाद्वलेषु महाबलः. अथ वैडूर्यवर्णेषु शाद्वलेषु महाबलः धीरः सलिलकल्पेषु विचचार यथा सुखम्. धीरः सलिलकल्पेषु विचचार यथा सुखम्. द्विजान् वित्रासयन् धीमान् पुरसा पादपान् हरन्. द्विजान् वित्रासयन् धीमान् पुरसा पादपान् हरन्. ऋकांश्च सुबहून् निघ्नन् प्रवृद्ध इव केसरी. I don't know who is on unmute.
Gopinath ji.
Gopinath ji, I'm not able to see his screen also. Trasayam पुरसा पादपान् हरन्. द्विजान् वित्रासयन् धीमान् पुरसा पादपान् हरन्. मृगांश्च सुबहून् निघ्नन् प्रवृद्ध इव केसरी. मृगांश्च सुबहून् निघ्नन् प्रवृद्ध इव केसरी. नीललोहितमाञ्जिष्ठ पत्रवर्णैः सितासितैः. नीललोहितमाञ्जिष्ठ पत्रवर्णैः सितासितैः स्वभावविहितैश्चित्रैः धातुभिर्समलङ्कृतम्. स्वभावविहितैश्चित्रैः धातुभिः समलङ्कृतम्. Till 1 to 5, anybody has any doubts in the chanting, please ask. I can clear now. I'll move forward since no one has raised their hand. Anjana ji, ask.
Yes, ma'am. This last one, Neela Lohita Manjister, right, ma'am? So in that Manjister, it comes as na sound is there, ma'am, in that?
Yes, manjishta. As you can see in the English text also, no? There is an N which is a nasal sound, manjishta.
Manjister, and also it's dhatu bihi or dhratu bihi, ma'am?
Dhatu bihi.
Okay. Fine, thank you, ma'am.
Right. So I'm moving to the 6th shloka. Anjana ji, please go back to being on mute.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
God. 1 second, ma'am.
कामरूपिभिराविष्टम् अभीक्ष्णम् सपरिच्छदैः. कामरूपिभिराविष्टम् अभीक्ष्णम् सपरिच्छदैः. यक्षकिन्नरगन्धर्वैः देवकल्पैश्च पन्नगैः. यक्षकिन्नरगन्धर्वैः देवकल्पैश्च पन्नगैः. Okay, 6 we have finished. Next we go. सतस्य गिरिवर्यस्य तलेनागवरायुते तिष्ठन् कपिवरस्तत्र ह्रदेनाग इवा बभौ. तिष्ठन् कपिवरस्तत्र ह्रदेनाग इवा बभौ. स सूर्याय महेन्द्राय पवनाय स्वयंभुवे. स सूर्याय महेन्द्राय पवनाय स्वयंभुवे. भूतेभ्यश्चाञ्जलिं कृत्वा चकार गमने मतिम्. भूतेभ्यश्चाञ्जलिं कृत्वा चकार गमने मतिम् अञ्जलिं प्राङ्मुखः कुर्वन् पवनायात्मयोनये अञ्जलिं प्राङ्मुखः कुर्यन् पवनायात्मयोनये ततो हि ववृधे गन्तुं दक्षिणो दक्षिणां दिशं ततो हि ववृधे गन्तुं दक्षिणो दक्षिणां दिशम् प्लवङ्गप्रवरैर्दृष्टः प्लवने कृतनिश्चयः प्लवङ्गप्रवरैर्दृष्टः प्लवने कृतनिश्चयः ववृधे रामवृद्ध्यर्थं समुद्र इव पर्वसु ववृधे रामवृद्ध्यर्थं समुद्र इव पर्वसु निष्प्रमाण शरीरः संलिलङ्घयिषुरर्णवम्. This place many people are getting confused. Sharira sanlilangayishu. That actually speaking, technically, that nakara in the Giri trader in the Giri edition also, the nakara is there. That nakara, if it is pronounced, then we will say Nishpramana Sharira sanlilangayishu with just one la. If we don't pronounce it and make it into one word, we will say it as Nishpramana Sharira Sanlilangayishurarnavam. So that Nakara will be replaced by Anuswara because of the Sandhi rule. Okay, so most of us are breaking it and telling. In whatever recordings I had a chance to hear in the chanting group, you are breaking. So you can tell it like Nishpramana Sharira Sanlilangayishurarnavam. That extra half la you can remove when you're chanting. Lilangayishurarnavam Bahubhyam Pidayamasa Charanabhyam cha Parvatam Bahubhyam Pidayamasa Charanabhyam cha Parvatam. 1 second, I'm just going to be on mute for a second. Sorry, today everything is very busy. Okay, so next shloka, we will learn the 12th shloka. Any doubts still here to the 11th one? Is it clear? Anjanaji, is it clear to you? For others also? Any doubts, please ask. Okay, you can always listen to the chanting guide which has been posted on YouTube at 0.75 or 0.50 in order to get the chanting correct. Now the 12th shloka, Sa Chachala Achalas Chapi. Chachala Achalas Chapi. Okay, Muhurtam Kapipeditaha. Okay, Tarunam Pushpitagranam Sarvam Pushpam Ashatayat. Pushpam Ashatayat. That is the way we break it up. I hope it's clear. I will now chant it and show. Sachachalachalaschyapi. 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 Muhurtam kapipiditaha. Muhurtam kapipiditaha. Tarunam pushpitagranam. Tarunam pushpitagranam. Sarvam pushpamashatayat. Sarvam pushpamashatayat. Line by line. Sachachalachalaschyapi. Muhurtam kapipiditaha. Sachachalachalaschyapi. Muhurtam kapipiditaha. Tarunam pushpitagranam. Sarvam pushpamashatayat. Tarunam pushpitagranam. Sarvam pushpamashatayat. Okay, together. Sachachalaschapi muhurtam kapipiditaha tarunam pushpitagranam sarvam pushpamashatayat. Okay, now in the previous line, what had happened? Nishpramana Shariraha son, with a huge, immeasurable form, what did he do? In order to cross the ocean, Hanuman, with his two arms, Pidayamasa Charanabhyam cha Parvatam, he pressed the mountain down firmly. Now, from this shloka, the effect of Lord Hanuman's growth in size. Obviously, when you're growing in size, your weight will also increase, no? So when your weight increases, what happens when Hanuman's weight increased, when he started pressing down firmly on the mountain, what happened is told. We will see the Anvaya Krama. Kapipiditaha saha achalaha api. Kapipiditaha, one that is tormented by the Kapi. Who was tormented by the Kapi? By the Vanara? The mountain. Okay, how was the mountain tormented? Because Hanuman pressed it firmly with his two arms. So, and his two legs. So when he pressed it so firmly, the mountain that was tormented by Hanuman, Achalaha, Kapipiditaha, cha Achalaha, sa Achalaha api. That mountain which was so tormented by Hanuman, Muhurtam chachala. Look at the play of words. Achalaha chachala. Achala means that which is stable, which does not move at all. That which cannot move at all. Even that started to move. Chachala means moved. Okay, so what can cause something that is so stable like a mountain to move? Only Hanuman. Okay, so that mountain which was achala in nature became, because of being tormented by the Kapi, because being pressed by the Kapi, more than tormented, the correct word here would be being pressed firmly by by Hanuman. That mountain also, for muhurtam, the word muhurtam can indicate two things. One is 48 minutes, as we see, no, for weddings and all, we say muhurtam is 48 minutes, a period of 48 minutes. Another meaning is a small fraction of time, a small duration of time. Here we can assume that Valmiki is being he's not being very precise in saying 48 minutes the mountain moved, but we can assume that for a short period of time the mountain moved, it shook. So what happened when it shook? Taruna Pushpitagranam tarunam. Those trees, okay, with the flowers on the top, Sarvam Pushpam Ashatayat. All the flowers it started, because the mountain was shaking so much. The trees on the mountain also shook, and as the trees shook, the flowers on the tree started to fall down. Ashatayat, showered, dropped down. Okay, so one act of pressing by Hanuman's legs had so much of impact. Okay, so that is the meaning of this shloka. Nothing more to see in this. Can I move forward? If there are any doubts in the meaning, in the last 15 minutes, we will have a Q&A session for the meanings. Anything that you missed out in writing or anything, you can ask me in the last 15 minutes for the meaning doubts. I hope the chanting is clear. If chanting is a problem, raise your hand and ask me. Okay. I'm moving forward. If there are any meaning doubts, note it and keep it down. Ask me in the last 15 minutes. Tena, okay. Tena padapa muktena, pushpaugena, sugandhina, sarvataha, samvritaha, Shailo, Babhau, Pushpamayo, Yatha. It's a very intuitive breakup. It's all exactly as it is. Tena Padapamuktena, Tena Padapamuktena, Pushpaugena Sugandhinam, Pushpaugena Sugandhinam. Sarvatah Samvritah Shailo, Sarvatah Samvritah Shailo, Babhau Pushpamayo Yatha, Babhau Pushpamayo Yatha. Line by line. Tena Padapamuktena, Pushpaugena Sugandhina, Tena Padapamuktena, Pushpaugena Sugandhina, Sarvatah Samvritah Shailo, Babhau Pushpamayo Yatha, Sarvatah Samvritah Shailo, Babhau pushpamayo yatha. I hope it's clear. If there are any doubts, ask. Full shloka. Tena padapamuktena पुष्पौघेन सुगन्धिना सर्वतः संवृतः शैलो बभौ पुष्पमयो यथा. Once more. तेन पादपमुक्तेन पुष्पौघेन सुगन्धिना सर्वतः संवृतः शैलो बभौ पुष्पमयो यथा. Anvekrama. Shailaha refers to the mountain. Shailaha padapa muktena. Padapa. What do you think padapa means?
Tree.
Tree. Why is it called? Why is the tree called a padapa?
It takes water from the root.
Excellent, Naraniji. Padena pibati rasan. Iti padapaha. That which is in not only water, it takes the essence of life from its roots. All the minerals in the soil, its nutrition comes from the roots. So padena pibati rasan iti padapaha. Dhatu here is padatu only. Pa refers to that which drinks or takes in. Okay, so padapa muktena, freed from the trees. So shailaha Padavamuktena, Tena Padavamuktena, by those which are freed from the trees. Sugandhina Pushpaughena. Notice everything is in Tritiya Vibhakti. So the word by is used. So by the Pushpaugha, by the heap of fragrant flowers which are freed from the trees. Sarvataha, all over, everywhere. Pushpa Mayaha, Yatha, Sarvataha, Sambritaha. Sarvataha covered everywhere. Pushpamayo yatha. Pushpamayaha yatha babhau. Pushpamayaha means made of flowers. The mountain appeared to be made of flowers itself. Okay, so Pushpamayaha means Maya, Mayet Pratyaya, Tadhita Pratyaya means made of, composed of. So Pushpamayaha means the Shaila only, the mountain only appeared to be made of flowers because it was covered by a heap of fragrant, Sugandhina, fragrant, by a heap of fragrant flowers that had been released from the trees, which covered it all over everywhere, making it appear like it was made of flowers only. Okay, Yatha Babhau. Last class only we discussed Babhau could mean appeared. It could also mean shown. Both meanings will apply here. So the essential summary meaning of this shloka is by the heap of fragrant flowers that covered the mountain. What kind of fragrant flowers? The fragrant flowers that were freed from the trees that covered the mountain. The mountain itself appeared to be made of flowers. That's all. Okay. I hope it's clear. Moving forward. I hope the chanting of the 12th and the 13th shloka was clear. If there are any doubts, please ask. Tena cha uttama viryena. But when we chant it, he will say chottama viryena only. Okay. Chottama viryena pidyamanaha sa parvataha. Salilam samprasusrava. Samprasusrava. Madamatta iva dvipaha. Madamatta iva dvipaha. This is the breakup. तेन चोत्तमवीर्येण पीड्यमानः स पर्वतः सलिलं सम्प्रसुस्राव मदमत्त इव द्विपः इव द्विपः तेन चोत्तमवीर्येण पीड्यमानः स पर्वतः तेन चोत्तमवीर्येण पीड्यमानः स पर्वतः सलिलं सम्प्रसुस्राव मदमत्त इव द्विपः सलिलं सम्प्रसुस्राव Madamatta iva dvipaha. together. Tena chottamaviryena pidyamanah saparvataha salilam samprasusrava madamatta iva tvipaha. Once more. Tena chottamaviryena pidyamanah saparvataha salilam samprasusrava madamatta iva tvipaha. Any doubts? It's clear, no? Easy. Okay. So, tena uttamaviryena pidyamanah sa parvataha. Okay. Almost the same anvaya. Tena, by that. Uttamaviryena, valiant one. Who's the valiant one? Who's the Uttamavira? Hanuman. Okay. By that valiant Hanuman, pidyamanaha saha parvataha. That parvata which was pressed down. Okay, that parvata which was pressed down. What happened to it? Mattaha dvipaha matam iva salilam samprasusrava. Mattaha dvipaha refers to mad elephant or an elephant which is in mast, we say, no? The elephant which is intoxicated. Mattaha dvipaha madam iva. Madam refers to the rut. I'll explain what that is. Iva salilam, rut like water. Madam iva salilam refers to rut like water. Samprasusrava started exuding, started expressing, okay, that kind of water. So essentially, what is the physical phenomenon happening here? When Hanuman is pressing the mountain, natural springs of water which are within the mountain are all gushing out. Okay, the poet here is comparing the water which is gushing out to the rut which gushes out from the side temples of the elephant. When an elephant, when the elephant's testosterone levels go high, then it oozes a liquid. Okay, that is called ichor or rut, as it is popularly called. That starts to ooze from the sides of its temples, from the sides of its forehead. Basically, the way it comes is it's almost inexplicable. Where did it come from? We will think. In the same way, inexplicably, a lot of water started gushing out from the mountain that was pressed hard. That is the meaning of this particular shloka. Is it clear? I don't see people nodding. Clear? Huh? Any doubts? Means please note it down. Ask me later. But
Ma'am, can you
sorry, repeat the meaning.
yes, ma'am. With that elephant example, can you just
Okay, sure. See, when Hanuman became very large in size and he pressed the mountain down, inside the mountain there will be natural springs of water, right? They started gushing out. Okay, it looked suddenly gushing out. Okay, so it looked inexplicable. Where is it coming from? So the poet is comparing this to the sudden gushing of water from the sides of the elephant's forehead. Okay, that is the rut water, or it's also known as ichor. Where does it come from? From the temporal glands of the elephant, it oozes out. In the same way, water also oozed out from the mountain when Hanuman pressed it hard. You will find a lot of comparisons like these coming forth, going forward also. So here the comparison is between the Madamatta and the water, Salila, which came out. Salila refers to water. Okay, the water which came out from the mountain. Hope the meaning is clear. Okay. If the whole sloka meaning is not clear, then please ask me to repeat even now only. If there are any parts which you have not caught on, ask me in the last 15 minutes. So the summary meaning of this shloka is that when Hanuman pressed the mountain firmly, water from natural springs started gushing out, like how rut is expressed from an elephant's temple. I'm moving forward. Pidyamanastu balina. Here also see Pidyamanaha balina. Who is the person? Again Hanuman. Again I'll break up. Pidyamanastu balina. Mahendras tena parvataha. Mahendraha tena parvataha. Tena balina Pidyamanaha. Mahendraha parvataha. Ritir nirvartayamasa. Ritir nirvartayamasa. Kanchananjana Kanchana Anjana Rajatihi. Kanchana Anjana Rajatihi. Okay. Chanting. Pidyamanastu balina Mahendrastena parpataha. Pidyamanastu balina Mahendrastena parpataha. Ritirnirvartayamasa. Ritirnirvartayamasa. Nirvartayamasa. Ritihi. Ritih okay. Ritirnirvartayamasa we say. Ritirnirvartayamasa. Kanchananjanarajatihi. Kanchananjanarajatihi. Line by line. Pidyamanastu balina Mahendrastena parvataha. Pidyamanastu balina Mahendrastena parvataha. Ritirnirvartayamasa. Kanchananjanarajati. Ritirnirvartayamasa. Kanchananjanarajatihi. Any doubts in chanting? Okay, we'll chant the whole thing. Pidyamanastu balina Mahendrastena parvataha. Ritirnirvartayamasa. Kanchananjanarajatihi. Once more. Pidyamanastu balina Mahendrastena parvataha. Ritirnirvartayamasa. Kanchananjanarajatihi. Tena balina Pidyamanaha parvataha. Mahendraha parvataha. Tena balina. By that brave, by the strong one, sorry. Who's the strong one? Hanuman. By that strong one, Pidyamanaha, that which was pressed. Mahendraha, that which was being pressed. Present continuous. That which was being pressed. It is actually past continuous. That which was being pressed. That Mahendra Parvataha, that Mahendra mountain. Kanchana Anjana Rajatihi. Kanchana refers to gold. Rajata refers to silver. What do you think Anjana refers to? Does anyone know? Anjana refers to antimony. Okay. Antimony is one of the metals to the periodic table, if you remember, you have learned. Antimony is the name for antimony is Anjana. So Kanchana Anjana Rajatihi. These Ritihi. Ritihi means streams. So streams of gold, silver and antimony. Nirvartayamasa. Expressed. It expressed. Okay. So now the mountain which was being pressed by Hanuman, right? First it gushed out water. Then what started gushing out? Not only water. Streams now of precious minerals. Gold, silver, antimony. Imagine the scene. Hanuman pressing down, gold coming out, silver coming out, antimony coming out. Nobody getting excited at the sight of that. Okay, only us getting excited when we're reading it. But when Hanuman and the Vanara saw it, to them it was matter of fact. Oh, metals, one more metal, we can't eat it, we can't put it to any good use. So it is just a precious metal coming out. So the metal started gushing out. Okay, so Nirvartayamasa, it started expressing. It expressed. Okay, so the summary meaning is the Mahendra Parvata, which was being pressed by the strong Hanuman, started expressing rivers of gold, silver, and antimony. That's all. Simple meaning. Okay. Now more of what comes out. So remember, till here from 12 onwards till 15, we are only seeing the effect of Hanuman's growing in size and pressing of his limbs on the mountain, on the Parvata. Mumocha cha shilaha. Mumocha cha shilaha. Shailaha becomes Shailo. Vishalaha. Sumana shilaha. When we chant it together, we will not say Sumanaha shilaha. We will say Sumana shilaha because Visarga will become Shakara. Sumana shilaha. Madhyamena archisha. Madhyamena archisha. Okay, Madhyamena archisha. Madhyamena archisha. Jushto. Jushtaha becomes Jushto. Dhumarajihi iva. Dhumarajir iva. It becomes Dhumarajir iva analaha. Dhumarajir iva analaha. Dhumarajir iva analaha. Is it clear? Dhumarajir iva analaha.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Which one? Second line, first line.
Second line, ma'am.
Madhyamenarchisha. Jushto. Dhumarajiriva analaha. Dhumarajihi iva analaha is a padacheda. We do sandhi, we chant it together. Dhumarajiriva analaha, we say. Okay? Chant it. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumanashila. Vishala sumanashila. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumanashila. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Dhumarajirivanalaha. Dhumarajirivanalaha. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumanashilaha. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumanashilaha. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Dhumarajirivanalaha. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Dhumarajirivanalaha. Any doubts, please ask. Maybe a mouthful, that's why I'm asking. Okay, we'll chant it together. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumanashila. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Dhumarajirivanalaha. Once more. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumanashila. See, notice how I'm saying Vishala Sumanashilaha. I'm not saying Vishalaha, Sumanaha, Shilaha. Everywhere the visarga is getting replaced with another sound. Vishala Sumanashila. Okay. Vishala Sumanaha. The first visarga is getting replaced with a sakara. Vishala Sumanas. Okay, Sumanashila. Because the next word is a shakara, the visarga is getting replaced by a shakara. And in the last, Shila, okay, giving the jihvamolia sound. Okay. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumanashila. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Dhumarajirivanalaha. Here also another beautiful upama comparison is done, because comparison gets confusing if I just go with the anvaya. I'll explain the comparison and then go into the anvaya. Okay, the comparison is this. When there is a fire, what emerges from the fire?
Smoke, ma'am?
Smoke. Okay, so the smoke which emerges from the fire is an indicator that the fire is there. So basically when the fire starts to grow, lots of different kinds of smoke come. We have seen in Haigreva Stotram, remember the 7 kinds of flames. Kali, Karali, Vispulingi, Dhumravarna, Vishwaruchi. I had given it as homework once for the children to find out. Those of you who have the information, we had seen it in Vishnu Sahasranam class also. I think Narayanaji has it because Arjun wrote the homework and sent it. So please put it in the WhatsApp group so the others can also see it. So these columns of smoke emerge from fire. In the same way, from the mountain, what started to emerge? Different kinds of rocks. First we saw water emerge, then we saw precious minerals emerge. Now different kinds of rocks made of arsenic. In many English translations, it is written as sulfur. The correct word is arsenic. Okay, the arsenic started to emerge. So poisonous substances also started to emerge. That is the point here. So not only precious minerals, but also poisonous substances like arsenic, laden rocks, and big boulders. Vishalaha, Sumanashila. Sumanashilaha refers to arsenic boulders. Vishalaha refers to big boulders. So they started to emerge like how smoke emerges from the fire. So we must not think that the mountain was set on fire by reading the shloka. Okay, we must just understand that rocks started to break up and emerge. So I'll give the Anvaya Shailaha, the mountain. Madhyamena Archisha Jushtaha Analaha Dhumarajiri. Madhyamena Archisha. With flames in the middle. Madhyamena, with a fire in its belly. Jushtaha Analaha. Possessed of fire. So where there is a fire, from its belly, what does it send out? Dhumaraji river, streams of smoke. In the same way, Saptashilaha, Vishalaha, Shilaha, Humocha. Samanashilaha, Vishalaha, Shilaha, Humocha. Samanashilaha refers to arsenic laden rocks. Vishalaha, Shilaha refers to big rocks. Mumocha, it threw up, throughout. So the complete meaning is the Mahendra Parvata, just like how fire emits columns of smoke, started emitting big boulders and arsenic laden rocks. So I'll repeat it again. Just like how fire emits columns of smoke, in the same way, the mountain expressed big boulders and arsenic laden rocks. Okay, now obviously when big boulders come out, what will happen? We have to think. Next to it is that only. What happens when big boulders start falling on our heads? On some people's heads, big boulders started falling. So next shloka is about that only. Kanchanaji, why is your hand raised? You have a question?
Yes, ma'am. This is Shailo Vishala Sumana Shilaha, right?
Huh.
So, but while explaining, you were telling Samana Shilaha for arsenic.
Sumana Shilaha I put here. Both are the same. Okay. Sumana Shila, Samana Shila are same only. So please put it as, did I chant it correctly? Sumana Shila only, no?
Yes. So, but
okay, so,
Samana Shila, it's Suman is usually flower. So that's why I got
no,
that.
no. Suman is, no. Sumana Shila, Sumana Shila is the name for arsenic.
Arsenic.
When you take Sumana Shila, that itself is a name for realgar or arsenic. Okay. So dictionary also has the same meaning.
Okay. Thank you.
Because many books had sulfur. Sulfur is actually one more name. No, I forgot. Sulfur has another name. That's why I was like, okay, this how is it sulfur? Huh?
Gandakam.
Gandakam. Exactly, Gandakam. So it is Gandakam, no. So why is it Sumanashira's name? Is it another name, Paryayavachi Shabda? So I started looking. So I found out that Sumanashira refers specifically to arsenic. Okay. And yeah, Samanashila also is there. It's Bhattabheda in some books, same meaning is carried.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so the meaning is clear. We'll move to the next shloka. Here also in some books, see, Girina is there in this book. In many books, you will have Harina. Correct. We will maintain the same patha. So please make a note with your pencil so that when we chant, it becomes, uniform. Girina Pidyamanena. Pidyamanani Sarvataha. Pidyamanani Sarvataha. Guhavishtani Bhutani. Vinedu Vikritaihi Swaraihi. Vinedur Vikritai Swaraihi. Vinedur Vikritai Swaraihi. This needs to be corrected here. It is not Vinedu. It is Vinedur Vikritai Swaraihi. In Giri Trader's book also, it is Vinedur only. It is Vineduhu. Okay. So Vinedur Vikritai Swaraihi. Vinedur Vikritai Swaraihi.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not clear.
In the second line, Guhavishtani, please use the raise hand option and unmute yourself as I've requested. Guhavishtani Bhutani Vinedur Vikritai Swaraihi. Is it clear? Okay. I don't know who asked me because I just unmuted. Okay. So we'll
sorry,
chat.
it was me, Sivagami. It's clear. Thank you.
Girina Pidyamanena. Girina Pidyamanena. Pidyamanani Sarvataha. पीड्यमानानि सर्वतः गुहाविष्टानि भूतानि गुहाविष्टानि भूतानि विनेदुर्विकृतैः स्वरैः विनेदुर्विकृतैः स्वरैः विनेदुर्विकृतैः स्वरैः लाइन बाय लाइन गिरिणा पीड्यमानानि सर्वतः गिरिणा पीड्यमानानि सर्वतः गुहाविष्टानि भूतानि विनेदुर्विकृतैः स्वरैः गुहाविष्टानि भूतानि विनेदुर्विकृतैः स्वरैः टुगेदर गिरिणा पीड्यमानानि सर्वतः गुहाविष्टानि भूतानि विनेदुर्विकृतैः स्वरैः once more गिरिणा पीड्यमानानि सर्वतः गुहाविष्टानि भूतानि विनेदुर्विकृतैः स्वरैः गिरिणा पीड्यमानेन गुहाविष्टानि भूतानि Girina means by the mountain. Pidyamanena. Now, till now we saw Hanuman was troubling the mountain. Now the mountain is troubling others. Whom is it troubling? All the living creatures, all the small creatures which are there in the mountain. Okay, so Girina Pidyamanena. In those books where you have the Pataveda, Harina Pidyamanena, you should understand who is responsible for this Giri Pida. Hanuman only, no? Hanuman is the one who is indirectly responsible for the Pida to the creatures, for the pressing that happens. But here it is Girina Pidyamanena. The ones who were troubled or who were pressed by the mountain. Okay, those kind of Guhavishtani Bhutani. Those beings who are dwelling in caves. Guhavishta means those who are dwelling in caves. Guhavishtani Bhutani means those beings who are dwelling in caves. What happened to them? Pidyamanani Guhavishtani Bhutani. Those living beings who were dwelling in caves, they were also being pressed now by all those rocks. Sarvataha Pidyamanani. Everywhere they were being pressed. They didn't have a place to go. So what did they do? Vikritaihi Swaraihi Vineduho. With a terrible voice, they started crying out. Okay, so they were crying out because they were being pressed by the mountain. So Vineduhu means cried out. Vikritaihi Swaraihi means with terrible voices, with horrible voices. So all the creatures who were inhabiting the caves, who were being pressed by the mountain, started crying out in terrible voices. This meaning is similar to what you have in the English book, so there is no need for me to spend more time on the meaning. The meaning is fairly clear. Okay, I'm moving forward. Sannadaha. Okay, break up. Sa Mahasattva Sannadaha. Sa Mahasattva Sannadaha. Shailapida Nimittajaha. Shailapida Nimittajaha. Prithvim Purayamasa. Prithvim Purayamasa. Dishaschopavanani cha. Dishaschopavanani cha. This continues with the crying of the creatures' voices. What happens to it? Okay, that's a continuation of the shloka. Samaha sattva sannadaha. Samaha sattva sannadaha. Shaila pida nimittajaha. Shaila pida nimittajaha. Prithvim purayamasa. Prithvim purayamasa. Dishaschopavanani cha. Dishaschopavanani cha. In line by line. Savaha sattva sannadaha. Shaila pida nimittajaha. Samaha sattva sannadaha. Shaila pida nimittajaha. Prithivim purayamasa. Dishaschopavanani cha. Prithivim purayamasa. Dishaschopavanani cha. Any doubts in the chanting? It's fairly easy, right? Okay, together. Samaha sattva sannadaha shaila pida nimittajaha prithvim purayamasa. 18th. Dishashchopavanani cha. Once more. Samaha sattva sannadaha shaila pida nimittajaha prithvim purayamasa. Dishashchopavanani cha. Shailapida nimittajaha. Caused by the pressing of the mountain. Caused by the pressing of the mountain. Shailapida nimittajaha. Saha. That. Mahasattva sannadaha. All the living beings there, the noise that was created by them, the loud noise that was created by all the creatures on the mountain. Mahasattva sannadaha. The loud noise that was generated by all the creatures on the mountain. Prithvim, the earth. Dishaha, the directions. Cha, upavanani, all the surrounding groves, gardens. Purayamasa, it filled. It filled all the directions. It filled the earth. It seemed to fill the earth itself. The noise was so loud. That's all. So basically, in all the four directions, a loud noise rose up from all the creatures that were being troubled by that were being pressed by the mountain. That is the meaning, summary meaning of this shloka. Okay, so by all the creatures that were pressed by the mountain, the loud noise that rose up covered all the directions, seemed to cover the earth itself. That's the summary meaning. Okay, same as what is in the English book. So I'm moving forward. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa. Shiro, okay, break up. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpaha becomes sarpa. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Vamantah pavakam ghoram. Dadamshuhu dashanaihi shilaha. Dadamshuhu dashanaihi shilaha. Okay, I hope it's the breakup is clear. Now we'll chant. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa. Vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Please be on mute. I hear a female voice, not able to make out who. Vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Vamantah pavakam ghoram. Vamantah pavakam ghoram. Dadamshuh dashanai shilaha. Dadamshuh dashanai shilaha. Dadamshuh dashanai shilaha. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa. Vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa. Vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Vamantah pavakam ghoram. Dadamshur dashanai shilaha. Vamantah pavakam ghoram. Dadamshur dashanai shilaha. Any doubts in the chanting? Is it clear? Okay. Rajiji, please ask.
Ma'am, last line, ma'am. Vamantaha pavakam ghoram. Is it dadamshur? Dadamshur, ma'am?
Dadamshur dashanaihi shilaha. Dadamshuhu becomes dadamshur on joining with the next word. Dadamshur dashanai shilaha is how we should pronounce it. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll chant it once more, the whole shloka, then we'll. Shirobhih prithubhih, sorry. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa vyakta swastika lakshanaihi. Shirobhih prithubhih sarpa व्यक्तस्वस्तिकलक्षणैः वमन्तः पावकं घोरं ददंशुर्दशनैः शिलाः वमन्तः पावकं घोरं ददंशुर्दशनैः शिलाः. Once more together. शिरोभिः पृथुभिः सर्पा व्यक्तस्वस्तिकलक्षणैः वमन्तः पावकं घोरं ददंशुर्दशनैः शिलाः. Hope it's clear. Now this is actually very interesting. See what happened first. Hanuman pressed the mountain. Mountain was in little bit of a trouble. So what did it do? It started shaking, throwing up water, throwing up precious minerals, throwing up rocks, arsenic laden rocks, huge boulders started falling. First flowers fell. The lightest things fell first and the heaviest thing fell at the end, namely rocks. Once the rocks started falling, what happened? All the creatures, including lions, tigers, big creatures in the caves, all those creatures started to get into distress. After the creatures got into distress, what happens? This is what happens when man exploits nature. When man, okay, here I'm not saying Hanuman is exploiting nature, but this is just a nice progression that Valmiki is showing us. When we do something to nature, nature retaliates, right? So nature retaliates in the form of earthquakes and all these things. Now the creatures which are coming out, first the creatures were in torment, they started crying. Now in the logical progression, you see creatures hitting back. You see the poisonous ones coming out and they starting to hit back. So there is a beautiful, subtle analogy or a metaphor, actually, more than an analogy, metaphor of how does nature react to man. Okay, how does nature react to an imbalance shown in these 3-4 shlokas. Okay, so here what happens we'll see to understand better why I'm saying this point. So Shirobihi, okay, where were we? Shirobihi, Sarpaha. Some of you may have Nagaha in your books. Same meaning only. Sarpaha, serpents. Sarpaha, Vyakta Swastika Lakshanaihi. Vyakta means manifest. Swastika means swastika mark, Lakshana. With the swastika mark or its food. These serpents with the swastika mark on its foods. This does not mean necessarily the swastika mark only. If you've seen how the snake's food is, it usually has a namam-like mark, you know, which you see like a V-shape, U-shaped mark, long U. Similar kind of mark is referred to here as swastika lakshana. Okay, so those serpents with the swastika lakshana on its food. Okay, Prithubihi Shirobihi. Please be on mute. Prithubihi Shirobihi. Prithu means wide. Shira means hood. With its wide hoods, what did it start to do? Ghoram pavakam vamantaha. It started emitting fire. Vamanta, vomit. Vamanta, emit. It started emitting ghoram pavakam, terrible fire. But why is it terrible fire? Because it is imbued with poison. Dashanaihi shiraha dadamshuho. Dashanaihi, with their fangs. Tritiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Dashanaihi, with their fangs. Shilaha, the rocks, Dadam Shuhu. They were so angry that they started biting the rocks that were falling on them. These snakes were so angry, they started emitting fire and they started biting the rocks, thereby trying to kill its enemy, namely those rocks. Okay, so due to their extreme anger, this is how the snakes reacted. So the summary meaning is the serpents with the mark of the swastika on their foreheads started emanating fire from their wide hoods. With their wide hoods, they also started biting with their poisonous fangs the rocks. They started biting the rocks with their poisonous fangs. Okay, I hope the meaning is clear. Now what happens? When somebody bites you with poison, what will you counteract the poison with? That will come in the next shloka. We'll go to that and then we'll see. With an antidote, right? So even the antidote is mentioned here. So we'll go to the next shloka, understand further what it did, what the snakes did. Tastada savishaihi dashtaha savishair dashtaha kupitaistair mahashilaha kupitaistair. There is again a kupitaistair missing here. Kupitaistair mahashilaha. Kupitaistair mahashilaha. Kupitaistair. Add a R. Kupitaistair in Sanskrit, add a Rekha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Jajvaluhu. Pavakot deepta. Bibhiduscha. 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 Sahasradha. Bibhiduscha. Sahasradha. Is it useful if I'm breaking it up so much, or should I just go a little faster? Is it useful if I'm breaking it up this much? I'm waiting for reaction. Or should I go a
It's
little
useful,
faster?
ma'am. It's useful. No, it's very useful, ma'am.
Okay, then I'll continue in the same way.
Useful, ma'am.
Bibhiduscha. Bibhiduscha. What is there in that book? Some books have it as Bibhuduscha. Bibhiduscha. Bibhiduhu. Litlakara prayoga. Okay, so we'll chant it. Tastada savitai. Sorry. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Chant. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Jajvaluh. Jajvaluh. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Pavako deepta. Pavako deepta. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Sahasradha. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. What happened? Pavako deeptaha, because of a sandhi. Okay, bhoba go apurvasya yoshi. There is a visarga lupa. Okay. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Okay. Now we will chant it together if there are no doubts. Okay. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Once more. Tastada savishair-dashtaha. Kupitais-tair mahashilaha. Jajvaluh pavako deepta. Bibhiduscha sahasradha. Meaning, now, tada, then, savishaihi, kupitaihi, taihi, savishaihi, with the visha, kupitaihi, with anger, taihi, those serpents, dashtaha, bitten, taha, those, mahashilaha, rocks. So, those rocks which were bitten by those angry, poisonous serpents, pavako deeptaha, they started burning because of the fire and the venom which was emanating from the snake's fangs. They started burning. Jajvaluhu, burnt, sahasradha, and broke in 1,000 pieces. Bibhiduhu means broke. So sahasradha, bibhiduhu, broke in 1,000 pieces. No, now what is happening? The snakes are retaliating, right? They have bitten the rocks, and the fire is consuming the rocks. The rocks are burning, and they are breaking into small pieces because the snakes are biting them with their poisonous fangs. So that is being described here. Is it clear? Summary meaning, those rocks which were bitten by the poisonous fangs of the snakes started burning and broke into many pieces. Next shloka. Now retaliation. Mountain also has to retaliate. No. So poison means antidote. Yani cha aushada jalani. Chaushada jalani we combine and say. Tasmin jatani parvate. Vishagnanyapi. Vishagnani api. Vishagnanyapi. I hope it's clear. Vishagnanyapi. Naganam na shekuhu shamitam visham. Yani chaushadhajalani. Yani chaushadhajalani. Tasmin jatani parvate. Tasmin jatani parvate. Vishagnanyapi naganam. Vishagnanyapi naganam. Na shekushamitam visham. Na shekushamitam visham. Shamitum, sorry. Na shekushamitum visham. Sorry, thank you, Shriya. Na shekushamitum visham. Line by line. Yani chaushadhajalani tasmin jatani parvate. Yani chaushadhajalani tasmin jatani parvate. Vishagnanyapi naganam na shekuh shamitum visham. Vishagnanyapi naganam na shekuh shamitum visham. Together. Yani chaushadhajalani tasmin jatani parvate. Vishagnanyapi naganam na shekuh shamitum visham. Once more. Yani chaushadhajalani tasmin jatani parvate. Vishagnanyapi naganam na shekuh shamitum visham. Tasmin parvate. In that mountain. Jatani yani aushadha jalani. Those aushadha refers to medicinal herbs. Huh? Jalani refers to samuha, all the medicinal herbs. This mountain is an amazing mountain. It has minerals in it. There's so many things. Gold is there. It has so many medicinal herbs there. So the jala refers to the collection. All the aushadha jala, the entire collection of medicinal herbs there. Jatani yani, those which grow there. Okay, tasmin parvate, yani aushadha jalani jatani, those medicinal herbs which grow there. Vishagnani api, they are of the ability of being great antidotes. They can overcome any poison. Even those naganam visham shamitum na shekuhu were not able to shamitum na shekuhu were not able to neutralize the poison of those snakes. So the mountain continued to burst. It's continued to burn under the influence of the retaliation from the animals, namely the snakes. Okay. So although there were many medicinal herbs growing on the mountain, they could not neutralize the effect of this poison that was emerging from the snakes. Okay, that is the summary meaning of this particular stanza. Okay, so next what happened now? The mountain is slowly, it seems to be disintegrating, right? See, there's fire, it's breaking up into small pieces, water is gushing out. So it has become a very unstable place. Apart from, in the beginning only we saw, no, in the mountain there were many creatures. Apart from those creatures, who's there in the mountain? We had seen before in the previous class. Who are all there? Use the raise hand option now.
Yaksha, Kinnara, Gandharva, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Rajaji, but use the raise hand option, please. Okay. Yeah, if it was Rajaji, I don't know, or Shubhashriji, sorry. Okay. Rajaji, I unfairly accused you, I'm sorry. The Shubhashriji. So, yeah. So, the Yakshas, Kinnaras, Gandharvas, and all those rishis and all who were there, na, tapasvis were sitting on the mountain. All of them started getting disturbed. Finally, see, they are getting disturbed. Huh? The animals were crushed. River was gushing out. Minerals were flowing. Till then, the Yakshas, Kinnaras, Gandharvas, Tapasvis, each was engaged in their own action. But now that they saw this action from the snakes also and the mountain breaking up and a lot of this happening, they also got disturbed. What happened to them? Bhidyate ayam girihi, Bhidyate ayam giri bhutaihi. Giri bhutaihi iti. By these creatures, this giri will get destroyed. That is what they started to think. Bhidyate ayam giri bhutaihi iti matva tapasvinaha trasta vidyadharaha tasmat. Trastaha, trasta, vidyadharaha, tasmat. Utpetuhu, striganaihi, saha. I'll repeat the second line. Trasta, vidyadharaha, tasmat. Utpetuhu, striganaihi, saha. Here you have to break up little to chant, okay? As I just explained. அது வந்து எப்படி வேணா எடுத்துக்கலாம். See, depending on how you do the samasa, it could be both. It could be girir bhutaihi also. It could be giri bhutaihi also. In the text here, let me see what is there. Girir bhutaihi. Okay. Girir bhutaihi is also okay. Girir bhutaihi. In the text here, it is given as, in the book, it is given as vidyate girir bhutaihi. So we will chant it the same way. So add a repha. Girir bhutaihi. Not just giri bhutaihi. Girir bhutaihi. Okay. भिद्यतेयं गिरिर्भूतैः भिद्यतेयं गिरिर्भूतैः भिद्यतेयं भिद्यतेयं गिरिर्भूतैः इति मत्वा तपस्विनः. Please don't chant it as riti matva. इति मत्वा तपस्विनः. इति मत्वा तपस्विनः. Again. भिद्यतेयं गिरिर्भूतैः इति मत्वा तपस्विनः. भिद्यतेयं गिरिर्भूतैः इति मत्वा तपस्विनः. त्रस्ता विद्याधरास्तस्मात्. त्रस्ता विद्याधरास्तस्मात्. उत्पेतु स्त्रीगणैः सह. त्रस्ता विद्याधरास्तस्मात्. उत्पेतु स्त्रीगणैः सह. त्रस्ता विद्याधरास्तस्मात्. उत्पेतु स्त्रीगणैः सह. Together. भिद्यतेयं गिरिर्भूतैः इति मत्वा तपस्विनः. त्रस्ता विद्याधरास्तस्मात्. उत्पेतु स्त्रीगणैः सह. Once more. भिद्यतेयं गिरिर्भूतैः इति मत्वा तपस्विनः. त्रस्ता विद्याधरास्तस्मात्. उत्पेतु स्त्रीगणैः सह. If your book has giri bhutaihi also, it is not wrong. Okay. Now, Vidyate ayam giri bhutaihi. So, ayam girihi bhutaihi vidyate. This mountain will get destroyed by all these creatures. Iti matva. So considering, so thinking. Tapasvinaha. Ascetics. Trastaha. Terrified ones. Utpetuhu. Jumped up. Then what happened? Vidyadharaha. The Vidyadharas. Striganaihi saha. With their women folk. Utpetuhu. Again, Utpetuhu has to be added here again, twice. Jumped up. So the summary meaning is, because the creatures are going to break this mountain, this was it's going to be destroyed by these creatures. So considering, the tapasvis or the ascetics who are there and the Vidyadharas who are there, both jumped up in fear. The Vidyadharas jumped up along with their Striganas, along with their women folk. Okay, so that is the summary meaning. Who are the Vidyadharas? And who is a tapasvi? Tapasvi we have seen before is one who practices tapasya. Those who tapam acharati. So one who practices tapasya is a tapasvi. We have seen also certain more contemporary definitions of tapasvi in the Hayagriva Stotram class in great detail. Wherein we talked about how tapasya is looking inwards and control of speech, control of mind, control of body. Okay, these three things are essential to tapasya. So obviously one who is engaging in penance has to control his body, speech and mind also. Vidyadharaha. Who are Vidyadharas? Vidyadharas are celestial beings. Vidyam mantradikam dharati iti Vidyadharaha. Who's a Vidyadhara? One who carries Vidya. One who is knowledgeable. What are they knowledgeable about? They have all the siddhis. They also know the Vidyas, the 14 Vidyas they know. Okay. How do they appear? First of all, they are Kama Rupidaha. They can take any form as they wish. Okay. They are Kecharaha, which means they can roam about freely in the sky. Okay, they are not confined to one place. They are also very beautiful in the case of women folk, very handsome in the case of men folk, golden complexion and have golden hair. Okay, golden fair hair, very beautiful in appearance. And they have the power of Vidya. So these Vidyadharas, no, they are actually celestial beings. They inhabit Swargaloka. Still, Vidyadharas and Apsaras love to come down to earth to sport in mountains and rivers. That is why in the Mahendra mountain, there were many Vidyadharas who were there at that time. So when the mountain started to shake, they became fearful of their well-being and they leaped up. Utpetuhu, they leaped up, jumped up. Okay, I hope the meaning of this particular shloka is clear. Yes. Rashmiji, your hand was raised. I'm so sorry, I just
Yes.
saw.
No, ma'am. It is Vidyadarat Tasman Utpetuhu, no, ma'am.
I'll explain to you. Vidyadharaha. Okay, when joined with the next word, Vidyadharas tasmat. Sakara. Vidyadharas tasmat utpetuhu. Utpetuhu. Okay, so how will we chant? Trasta Vidyadharas tasmat. Utpetu striganai saha. Utpetu striganai saha. Okay, va? Rashmiji? Okay. So one more shloka we will see before closing. Want to break previous class record of 11 shlokas to at least 12 shlokas this class. That is why, so please bear with. Pana bhumi gatam hitva haimamaasava bhajanam. Haimamaasava bhajanam. Patrani cha maharhani karakanscha hiranmayan. Some books have it as hiranmayam. Both are okay. Patrani, because hiranmayam will be joined with asava bhajanam in the case. Okay. So, or if it's Karakan, Hiranmayam. So both are okay. Hiranmayam. I think in the chanting video that I have put up, I have said Hiranmayam, seeing from that version. But Hiranmayam, both okay. But since we are chanting together from the Giri Traders book in the class right now, we will say Hiranmayan. Pana bhumikatam hitva haimamasava bhajanam. Patrani cha maharhani karakanscha hiranmayan. Okay. Pana bhumigatam hitva. Panabhumigatam hitva. Panabhumigatam hitva. Haivamaasava bhajanam. Haivamaasava bhajanam. Patrani cha maharhani. Patrani cha maharhani. Karakanscha hiranmayan. Karakanscha hiranmayan. Okay, together. Line by line. Panabhumigatam hitva haimamaasava bhajanam. Panabhumigatam hitva haimamaasava bhajanam. Patrani cha maharhani karakanscha hiranmayan. Patrani cha maharhani karakanscha hiranmayan. Together. Panabhumigatam hitva haimamaasava bhajanam. Patrani cha maharhani karakanscha hiranmayan. Oh, they were in a big hurry. They were scared of what is happening to the mountain. What did they do? These Vidyadharas, not the Tapasvis. They don't have golden goblets. We are referring to the Vidyadharas now. What do? Panabhumigatam. See, even in the mountains, no, they have created place for themselves to eat and drink and be merry. Okay, so Pana Bhumi refers to their dining room, the place where they drink. So, and eat also. So, their eating and drinking places, from that places, in those places, Haimam Asava Bhajanam. Asava Bhajanam refers to drinking goblets. Haimam refers to golden. Maharhani Patrani cha. Valuable vessels. See, they eat and dine in style, no? So all their valuable vessels, their golden goblets, and Hiranmayan Karakan. Karakan also refers to, Asava Bhajanam refers to drinking cups. Karakan refers to goblets. So both the drinking cups and goblets, which are golden in color, which are made of gold, Hitva, having abandoned. We have to add the word Utpetuhu from the previous shloka to complete the Anvaya. They leaped up. So, abandoning their golden eating and drinking vessels, they leapt up. That is the complete meaning. Okay. So abandoning everything there, they left up. Okay, is it clear? Okay, great. So we'll close here. We will have all the questions. So yeah, please ask whatever doubts you have. I'm not stopping share. I'll still ask you when you raise your hand. If you have any questions of the meanings or in any of the chanting also, I can repeat now. If there are no questions, I will teach a couple more shlokas. Joshika, ask ma.
Ma'am, the fourth shloka, ma'am. Dhima Nurasa, it's written like that. So how do we pronounce it?
Sorry, shloka number?
4, ma'am.
Today's 4 or 4 in the from the beginning?
The fourth
okay, from the beginning. Okay, okay. Yeah, be on mute, check. There's a lot of noise coming from your end. Dhiman Urasa. Vichan Vitrasayan Dhiman. Break. Urasa Pada Panharan. Okay, that way. Clear, Amma, Joshika? You can do a thumbs up. Okay, any other questions? Shamla ji. You're on mute.
Shloka number 12. Can you repeat that first word? Sachala chala. அது சொல்றேல கொஞ்சம்.
Sachala chalaschapi. Repeat. Sachala.
Sachala.
Chalaschapi.
Chalaschapi. Sachala chalaschapi. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Subhashri ji, any questions? Not able to hear you because you're on mute.
Shloka number 16, ma'am.
Chanting, huh?
Dhumareji riva meaning?
Dhumaraji rivanalaha.
Dhumaraji rivanalaha.
Meaning, okay. Dhumaraji iva analaha. Analaha refers to fire. Dhumaha refers to smoke. Raji refers to streams. So we saw in the previous shloka, so Raji, streams of, just like how streams of smoke emerges from the fire, it's a comparative. In that way, the mountain also caused a lot of big boulders and arsenic-laden rocks to emerge. Just like fire causes the smoke to emerge. Okay, so Dhumaraji Rivanalaha means like fire that emits smoke.
Thank you, ma'am.
Rashmi ji?
Ma'am, can we chant that 16th one once again? No?
Sure. I'll be on mute, I'll chant. Anjana ji, be on mute. I muted you. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Mumocha cha shila shailo. Vishala sumana shila. Vishala sumana shila. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Madhyamenarchisha jushto. Dhumaraji Dhumaraji Full shloka. Mumocha cha shila shailo vishala sumana shila madhyamenarchisha jushto dhumaraji rivanalaha.
Okay, ma'am.
Anjana, what's your doubt?
Ma'am, the same way, 18th I wanted you to repeat, ma'am. The 18th shloka.
Sure. Be on mute. I'll repeat.
Yeah.
Samaha sattva sannadaha. Samaha sattva sannadaha. Shaila pida nimittajaha. Shaila pida nimittajaha. Prithivim purayamasa. Prithivim purayamasa. Dishaschopavanani cha. Dishaschopavanani cha. Samaha sattva sannadaha. Shaila pida nimittajaha. पृथिवीं पूरयामास दिशश्चोपवनानि च. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other doubts? Okay, if there are no more doubts, we can close the session by chanting the concluding shlokas. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् चरितं रघुनाथस्य शतकोटिप्रविस्तरम् एकैकमक्षरं प्रोक्तं महापातकनाशनं शृण्वन् रामायणं भक्त्या यः पादं पदमेव वा स याति ब्रह्मणस्थानं ब्रह्मणा पूज्यते सदा रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पदये नमः यन्मङ्गलं सहस्राक्षे सर्वदेव नमस्कृते वृत्रनाशे समभवत् तत्ते भवतु मङ्गलं यन्मङ्गलं सुपर्णस्य विनता कल्पयत् पुरा अमृतं प्रार्थयानस्य तत्ते भवतु मङ्गलम् अमृतोत्पादने दैत्यान् घ्रतो वज्रधरस्य यत् अदितिर्मङ्गलं प्रादात् तत्ते भवतु मङ्गलम् त्रीन् विक्रमान् प्रक्रमतो विष्णोरमिततेजसः यदासीन्मङ्गलं राम तत्ते भवतु मङ्गलम् ऋतवस्सागरात् द्वीपा वेदा लोकादिशश्च ते मङ्गलानि महाबाहो दिशन्तु तव सर्वदा श्रीरामचन्द्र श्रितपारिजातः समस्तकल्याणगुणाभिरामः सीतामुखाम्बोरुह सञ्चरीकः निरन्तरं मङ्गलमातनोतु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Om 3 times. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. सर्वं कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. धन्यवादः.